Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another match in the fifth round of the Crystal Full Item Randomizer tournament. This time with a very decisive match in the 3-1 score part of the bracket. Let's say. As I am joined here by Raylan. How's it going?
Going fine. Had a bit of a break since the last race that I commentated with Snowbear. Now I can commentate all of the mistakes Snowbear's making. So yeah, enjoying my time here. And as you said, decisive match on the 3-1 bracket. Whoever will win this race will their ticket to the next stage of the tournament. Whoever loses will have one more chance in the last round of this stage. So yeah, both runners are looking forward to booking their ticket today.
This round, all races, especially races of runners with 3 wins or with 2 wins, are going to be super important. Okay, Snowbear picks the Rapidash. There's a Suicune right to the right of it. Which, I mean, Rapidash is okay, but now the rival we have the Suicune, which will be annoying for Snowbear.
Oh, that's for sure. Suicune, it's not the most offensively strong Pokemon, but it's very, very hard to kill, and that's usually not something you want to give your rival, because that will be, as you said, very, very annoying, and potentially more than one time.
Suicune, yeah, not the best moveset. Suicune is kind of like discount Vaporeon, I would say. It's discount Vaporeon just because of the lower special attacking stat, but Surf Spammers are good in general. I would say Suicune is the safest of the 3 dogs, though Raiku's probably better. But Surf Spammers are good.
Yep, I would agree. Suicune probably the safest pick, Raikou probably the strongest pick overall. Was it a Spore Gator? That sounds interesting.
Yeah, speaking more about the players, it's interesting that they've had that was Gator with 2 sleep-inducing moves, I think. That's Hypnosis and Spore. Yeah, these are 2 players that have had pretty much opposite trajectories here in the tournament. Like Snowbear has been in the community forever. Prior, this is his first tournament. He's doing an exceptionally good job here. And Prior has had 3 consecutive wins to get to 3-1 now, and Snowbear just lost his first match in the last round. So let's see what comes out of this.
Yeah, so
the high patch for starters.
Unfortunately, no cut has shown up yet, so we cannot skip the first usually required trainer. Which it would be something nice to have very early on this Milkboard. Although not getting the experience might be pretty annoying. Early on if you were to skip this trainer. Yeah, we will see how this race will shape up. Prior here definitely going with the momentum in this, climbing up this 3 consecutive wins. You spoke of this being Prior's first tournament. I remember the first race. It was a very painful lesson why Victory Bell might not be the best Pokemon to run with.
Yeah. I believe we probably were both commentating that one as well.
That might actually be the case.
Might be.
So yeah, let's see how much Prior has evolved since then. I mean,
Fire Punch Suicune coming in handy here. Prior also defeating a couple wilds and getting here at level 7. I mean, actually not that bad of a move.
Yeah, meanwhile, Snowbear just has nothing to hit this Magneton with. This is a pain, but it gets through eventually.
If Alligator and Rapidash. I would say there are two Pokemon with pretty similar shortcomings. Like, they are two physically oriented Mon with pure special typing. I would say, probably Feraligatr is better just because water types are better than fire types, especially with Surf there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of either of them. They are fine.
Yeah, personally, I would be okay with the Gator most of the time. You can usually make it work, especially with Surf or Strength. Both are very reasonable move on that. I'm not too fond of Rapidash, but it's certainly one of the better Pokemon out there compared to some other stuff. So yeah, they should be okay. It should be okay for now for Snowbear, but especially given that we have Surf this early again, the Suicune for Prior should be just getting through this easier in the beginning here. I didn't quite get the full start. I just expect that the Snowbear just picked the very first thing that was remotely runnable of the starters, which is usually a reasonable take since you not always want to go all the way with your starters. But yeah, it bears the risk that you sometimes leave something even more annoying for your rival if you do that.
I don't think it's too impactful of a choice, because you probably don't want to spend like a lot of time looking for a thing to run early on, and unless all of your options are horrible from the start. So, you're rarely going to carry your starter through the entire game.
It definitely needs some good leveling curve that you can access to, not required early camp or leaders for that, so that you are forced to just switch early and to have a decent moveset available at some point for it so that you can actually kill things. Get the Volcano Badge too here and the Sprout Tower.
Dictium.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, the old roll was here, but probably too little too late.
Yes, the Snowbear, given the Skater, now with Surf, it's probably okay, but it doesn't really have the best moveset for now still. Although Spore definitely can make up for a lot of that. Bite will also help, although it's still not physical.
Bite instead of Psybeam? I don't know.
The coverage for those is actually pretty similar, although you can actually hit water psychic types with Bite and not with Psybeam, so I definitely prefer Dark over Psychic if I have the option to. And that's a lot of badges.
Honestly, in Snowbear's situation, it would probably just be spamming Double Edge. Like, in most situations, it would be doing the most damage. Double Edge one-shots this Golbat for sure.
Yeah. The problem with that is, though, you will lose some HP yourself, and I'm not sure how the healing situation is now. Do have 2 potions, but if Snowbear doesn't really have too much healing, there is just some risk of getting killed by something you wouldn't expect it to, because you were just too low on level.
I really like Double Edge though, because I believe it's the strongest move by far, which is somewhat spammable with little drawback. Let's say if you if you heal, if you can heal, or even if you have leftovers.
Yeah, the problem with that is leftovers are still a bit off. So, if Snowbear is going to run the Skater a long time, I do think we will be getting to see Double Edge more often. But for now, I think Snowbear wants to be a bit careful with it.
Gets outsped by this Poliwag though.
And it has Razor Leaf and crits. That's the other side of this of Double Edge, though. Pretty good illustrated. If something manages to outspeed you and gets actually something decent on, you can actually very reasonably just kill yourself with Double Edge. So there is some risk to using it.
Pokegear.
Also very interesting to see this early. I mean, just the race before that I commentated with Snowbear, we had a reasonably early level 60 available. So maybe we had this time an early Snorlax. So, let's see. Could be something, and I guess that would probably help out Snowbear more at this time. That would come to, if that would happen. But I don't know. I mean, there's still a lot of things this early to check to see how the seed wants us to go.
But yeah, for now I would say Snowbear definitely being beating a bit in the rear here by only checking one starter.
Do get a jump kick in here on Route 32. That will definitely help towards improving your moveset, either now or later. That depends on your preference.
Yeah, it's a bit on the weak side, but fighting type coverage is good. And the best thing about jump kick, high jump kick, is the PP amount. Actually, I think jump kick is 25.
Yep, I think so too. Quite a lot, definitely. And yeah, the PP you have can sometimes matter. I think Double Edge has only 10.
Double Edge has 15, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then it shouldn't be too much trouble. Toxic definitely not the move we want to use. No further progression so far in Union. We did get Flash, so in combination with Saber Badge, that would actually enable us to check things in the dark in Logic. But yeah, we're a bit off getting to any of those still. We would either need a Rock Smash access to that, which would require the Squirt Bottle for logical access, or be able to get into a Rock Tunnel or Whirl Islands. And for both of those, we still need some more stuff to find.
Yeah, Prior making very quick progress, no reason to skip Celia now. Probably not even concerned whether there may be no good mains, good high-level mains later on. Probably carry this streak on quite far.
Yeah, as you mentioned, anything that can use Surf as their main move quite effectively is a good consideration to take to the end, especially even more so if it doesn't die that easily. So Suicune definitely set in that way. And yeah, we don't have HMO2 or Store Badge yet. We don't really have any quick main switch option available like early Kanto access. So yeah, not much reason to skip Azalea at this point if you have something that you can be confidently get through this fight with.
Yeah, his water type coverage is Solar Beam, so he'll probably be looking to improve that. But I mean, so far so good.
I mean, Solar Beam still does its job, but it's been being annoying, definitely being a 2-turn move, which yeah, enemies getting paralyzes or confuses and can be absolutely slow you down considerably, but Suicune won't really get killed that easily while trying to use Solar Beam, so it will do its job probably just fine.
Yeah, like if you want to use Solar Beam, you definitely want to run it on a bulky mom. Prior skipped Azalea, no, not at all.
Well, already done. It's now taken on rival. We might see a part of Ilex before into going to gym, so you can check the charcoal item with the gym together. There could be consideration to an entire check of Ilex before going for the gym, although at this point with the well already done, I wouldn't really expect that to happen. Usually you would see that before even attempting the well, just to maybe get some help getting you through that a bit smoother. Okay.
I don't think it doesn't really matter whether you check the couple of items in the forest before doing the gym or the other way around. So the only thing to consider is like if you can beat your rival, actually.
Yeah.
What I mean is probably the two first trainers in the gym are easier to take on than the rival. So if your main is a little bit iffy, you may want to do gym first.
With the rival speed being a level 16, rival's ace, the starter being a level 16 at that point, it can be a bit troublesome if you just came out of the well. And getting gym experience, the first two trainers, as you said, are easier to just get you that one more level usually. That would make a difference. Maybe not as much on the Suicune, it being legendary on and therefore on slower experience curve. It might not make that much of a difference. But yeah. Either way, Prior just had no real problems with the rival anyway, so doing fine for now.
So how do you pick your first? You mean your starter? I mean, so you pick your starter. If there's a Suicune as a starter, you probably pick it, unless you're Snowbear and you don't even see it. I mean, you have to have somewhat of an idea of which Pokemon are better than others. I mean, Rapidash is fine. Like, don't get me wrong, but just fine.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing to speaking to that is, we do get a strength HM from Bugsy and Whirlpool.
Okay.
Yeah, one thing towards the starters to consider is most of the time you don't really run your starter all the way to the end. It is okay. That's just a glacier badge, so.
That's back to number 5. Mention that just because just keeping Buena item into consideration.
Yep. But, yeah, since you don't really want to always run your starter to the end anyways, and you are switching off that sooner than later, you usually are fine picking something that will you get through the early game reasonably, which is why Snowbear just said, well, Rapidash will probably just fine. I do pick it, no reason to lose any more time checking stuff here. We do find Cut.
Lots of moves. Cut we can actually use. It smells like annoying backtracking.
Maybe. It's just one single check that we get in addition right now, though. So, I mean,
yeah, that and the mystery.
True, yeah. But I mean, in combination with the Kenya quest, where we would have to backtrack for anyway, it's maybe not as bad. Well, yeah, that's a move tutor that you are forgetting about the second you leave, you close the box. We've
You
seen
didn't
some good
see it,
moves.
but we probably didn't miss
Uh,
anything.
Encore, I believe Sky Attack was in there. And something else absolutely useless. So,
Right. You might want to check the radio tower first in this seed.
yeah.
The second clamp tier.
I mean, TM47 is in the pool 2 times apparently. I've noticed that a few times. So yeah. Unusual, not that usual to see both of them that early, but yeah, could have happened here. Yep, there we are, 2 times. We do have Hydro Pump, which doesn't really help us. So we have Surf already, and the increase in power doesn't really make the loss in accuracy bearable.
One thing I often don't realize or forget to do here when selling stuff for money is actually selling Ultra Balls or stuff like that, selling balls in general. It's not a bad thing. Ultra Balls are not any better than regular Pokeballs with these rules. And each one of them sells for 600, which is pretty good. Will be especially good when we get to the bracket stage with the crazy Full Legend Rando rule set. Yeah, because there are a lot of hidden Ultra Balls.
And we did see Prior here saving before Brainer, just in case she gives you the 7th badge, because then you would actually have to fight a trainer to get out of the radio tower again, and yeah, Prior didn't want to do that, so taking the safety there, but no 7th badge in radio tower.
In that case, you either save or you center in Goldenrod and don't care if you wipe.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, if you were just to the mart just before it, you usually spend all your money anyway, so wiping actually doesn't really do you anything. Except for maybe a bit of time, but that's rather negligible.
Prior is fighting the Pokemaniac ahead of time here. This one's mandatory if you do the basement later on.
Yeah. So not a fight that you necessarily have to do if you don't need to do those checks. On the other hand, it's a very low-level trainer, so the amount of experience that you get here that might get one more level up at this time can be sometimes valuable, especially if you plan long-term with your current main. But it's also a fight that you usually do more often if you, for example, switch to a Kenya, since that can get experience of that fight easier than others at its current stage.
We don't have any obedience badges yet, though, so that's a consideration.
I wouldn't consider Kenya really an option at this point anyway, even with obedience badges. But...
Actually, we had a pretty interesting find. Just found the car key.
Mm-hmm.
6 badges.
That's slightly worrying, considering that we do still have Whitney for 2 checks, and then an entire national park for 3 checks. And we just need 1 more badge for the radio tower to actually be our progression, so yeah. Not sure you're really happy to see that at this current moment. Although Prior might actually be just okay with it, given the Suicune is doing fine.
Right, Snowbear. Coming up on the plain badge. We need to remember to check the flower shop. You're just missing like Thunder Punch or something. I'll take Razor Leaf.
Yeah.
I'll even take Razor Leaf.
Anything that just is better water coverage than Solar Beam, it's just not great. Like even Crunch or something like that would probably go a long way towards that.
And honestly, I mean, Aeroblast it's actually fine as well. So that's batch number 7 and Surf Access.
Yeah, so it at least something in the sense that you actually now have a few more reasonably leveled options to choose from if you want to tackle the radio tower. You now also have the potential of soft sand girls being required this early on. Yeah,
Also
I mean,
more,
we do
also
have,
more annoying backtracking.
Yep, we do have full surf and strength access, so Waterstone Chamber is actually an option now. Yeah, so pick your poison. Early radio tower or do backtracking.
I mean, Prior's definitely in a better position to tackle early radio tower than Snowbear. Kenneth's just for it.
Yeah, I say no, thank you. I don't want that. And Prior not going for the early tower, which is reasonable. The fights in there are still high level, and one downside of Suicune with that low attack is it just doesn't really do that much damage. We do see an attempt at getting through soft and golds though. Let's see how that will fare.
If he does get through it, actually, side beam. I mean, that's fine.
It will help against most water types, although now the coverage for the Slowbro line will be getting iffy.
If Prior makes it past the soft sun girls, he'll probably be able to take on the radio tower next.
Yeah.
It's
Thunder there.
This Nizzle. Still has Aeroblast.
Was the first trainer though.
And let's see what Snowbear decides. I would be tempted to backtrack, try to find a better main in the water.
Yeah, I definitely would be tempted to backtrack in Snowbear's case. You can set up Death Warp potentially. Back to Goldenrod here. Video Gator is not too high in level anyway. Right? Or not too high level to make that impossible. By getting to the first two trainers, so has now an opportunity to heal between the fights. And I mean, we do have a lot of checks now open on the backtrack way, so it's definitely reasonable to expect something to be there. Radio Tower currently only has 4 items to offer for us. That's the Waterstone Chamber alone that makes up for it, and we do have Slowpoke Wall, Union Basement, Violet Surfing, Tojo Falls, Cherry Grove check, and still the cut check. And
so yeah, if the Square Bottle or the Pass are in there, there's still a quite a significant chance that either HMO2 or the Stormbats are there. So I do believe backtracking would be a pretty good play here.
Prior gets through though, and all that for an elixir. It's poisoned out, so I expect Prior to go and take the center here and go and root again. Don't really want to waste more resources right now if you don't have to.
Still can't repel the Butterfree away, unfortunately. So taking a bit of a risk by using more surf tiles there. Yeah,
now is decision time for Prior. You now level 23. That's okay to get started on the tower, and Prior seems to be attempting it at least. Okay. Let's see if we can get in here.
No, that's
coming
fine.
back.
Has thunder, but whatever.
And it missed again the first one.
Honestly, if you hacked the game and switched the names of Thunder and Zap Cannon, I probably wouldn't have noticed.
Nah, I don't think anyone would really notice. It's just Thunder is missing so many times, and Zap Cannon is sitting so much more often than you would expect it to. That it's kind of hard to spot the difference sometimes.
Is Snowbear's fighting his phone number guy? Interesting.
Might be a wipe attempt here. Seeing the
Probably.
Kenya out here.
Yeah, I think he deposited his other Pokemon, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
Wipe to 32. That's definitely something you can do to make the backtrack a bit easier. The somewhat unfortunate part of this is though you're now not able to immediately check the well, and you would have to go through Union again to check the Water Stone Chamber.
Yeah.
So
I generally prefer to wipe to Azalea in these cases because of this.
Yeah. Definitely doesn't feel that optimal right now. No, I mean, it saves you a bit of time getting over here. Prior having some troubles on Gyarados here. Doesn't really have anything good to hit it with.
You probably want to attack it on the physical side if you don't have an electric type move.
Yeah. We're slowly but surely getting up there. Now the big challenge will come after this fight with the level 36 Pokemon. The level difference here, Suicune only getting up to level 27 at most here. Well, it can make a difference here. It can prove to be trouble, but we'll see.
Yeah, so this is Suicune's main problem, right? If you are not using stab moves, and if you are not using super effective moves, the damage output is a little bit lackluster.
Yep.
And the thing is, it's pretty easy to use stab and super effective moves with Suicune, so that's good. Yeah.
This level 36 sheep didn't really prove too much to be too much of a challenge, but Prior is running a little bit low on healing resources right at the moment. You do have 2 more fights with at least 3 Pokemon each, I believe, coming up. Can you turn in just the ball prior to the second to last fight? Yeah, I think the instinct for Prior here was actually to just go back down to the PC and heal, but then
At this point, that might be the best option if he doesn't have any good healing. Okay, Boulder Badge on the Mystic Water Guide.
not something that's actually helpful right now, since we do already have 7 badges. The only thing that would help, that badge would help us too, would be to get to Victory Road, and for that we would need to have Rising Badge and a Waterfall anyway. So yeah. Won't really prove problems.
He is saving it though, which I don't know. I don't know if I would bother to save it. Just fly here.
Yeah, that's a big point here. You usually should be able to fly back here to get it. You can set up a death warp over Toad, especially if you have Sweet Sand. So you would be then back at 32 again. And by that point, no need to get that badge a second time. I see. The prior is through the tower. First two items turn out to be nothing. So, yeah. Card key so far not necessary.
So Union Cave sounding like a possible solution here.
Most likely. We do still have the two checks of total false. Snowbear is attempting to check. False Director absolutely can have our progress. So more chances. Oh, and getting the Psybeam confusion in here for
hitting yourself 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, you probably just take the reset here since you just saved in front of this fight and try again. This was just very unfortunate.
That's an annoying jump bluff. Okay, so nothing on Snowbear's side. Which means he'll probably need to ride it all the way back to Union now.
Okay, what's with this fight? There were no two Pokemon back-to-back using Dynamic Punch.
Yeah, good use of our full restore here.
Now I see double. Just 2 irons back-to-back. And early tower was absolutely not needed.
Yeah, so which means Snowbear coming up on progression right now.
Yep. This will also probably work out in Snowbear's favor in that regard, that he will be able to get there with a higher level mon that might actually be getting to the tower quite a bit faster.
I mean, Prior still did fine. I had some trouble in a couple of matchups.
So, what are the chances our progression just will be the basement key?
I mean, there's some chances. Be definitely good for Prior. And that Lickitung didn't have a bad moveset. Not at all. Hey, Hunter. Probably not what you want to switch to.
Yeah, not at this point, I guess. If you would have gotten it earlier, then maybe. But we don't, aside from Surf, we don't really have much to use it with at this point.
I find it interesting that Prior is killing every wild Pokemon. Actually, without animations, not that much slower than there's the pass. It's not that much slower than than fleeing, and you get a bit of experience, I guess.
But guessing from the Spider Catch here, I think actually Prior wanted to get another Pokemon to use some HMs with,
Yeah,
since
most
he's only
likely.
Canyon,
Most likely.
which yeah. Unfortunately, the Goldeen didn't lift the Psybeam. Yeah. Tickets and pass, that's now our progress. Fly and Stormbed cannot be in North Johto currently, since we only have boat access to Northern Johto right now. So you might not really want to rush there. And given that Snowbear has Surf and Pass, Snowbear is probably very much interested in checking out Vermilion Water and Vermilion Harbor for potentially main switches. Yeah.
It's curious the path that Snowbear took after the Waterstone Chamber. It's definitely faster if you want to get to Violet from there. I don't know about getting back to Union Cave and Azalea Town. I don't know if that would be faster. Maybe not. I mean, probably not too much of a difference.
Prior about to find Pass and SS ticket. Will be interesting to see if Prior's actually continuing the backtracking after this, or will be deciding to maybe just turn around again. Although Prior will probably turn in again first. Since you are almost all the way to Violet anyway, might as well do that.
I mean, if it's SS ticket required to get to Northern Johto, and there are not that many places left for Fly to be.
That is true. Prior not even turning... Okay, just cut check. Oh, never mind. I mean, on the other hand, the backtrack, it's 4 items at that point, which isn't that low currently. Can't this have a few more than that available, but not many?
Snowbear probably doesn't want to get into fights right now. He's probably going to look for a new main in Vermilion Water before doing any of that.
Most definitely. And the skater is okay, but Spore will make up for some of its deficits. But Snowbear also is preaching very much about level difference actually being a very big factor. And considering that there's an up to 17 level difference that Snowbear can go for right now. Oh, hello Stormbed. But yeah, I would expect Snowbear to really be interested in Vermilion Water, Vermilion Surf mains, and therefore not wanting to fight anything at all.
Don't know about Prior though. He may not bother.
For Prior, it's definitely a different story with already having taken on Radio Tower and Soft Sand Girls. The Suicune is almost level 30 at this point. So, it's...
I think it is actually level 30.
Oh. Yeah, so with some X items, it may actually be already in the range where you just can force it through Kanto leaders. And if you want to just exacerbate that, you can just go straight up to early Route 25 and get all the experience on there, and then you would be pretty set with the Suicune.
Snowbear winning, hard to say, probably not, I don't know.
It's way too early to say that at this point. It will heavily depend on what Snowbear
He needs a good
is
main
finding
here.
Yeah.
He needs a good main here.
It's
very low level.
Yeah, you would want it to be a bit higher in level, but it's okay. It would need some moves to use it.
Yeah, that's good.
Decent.
Yeah, that's okay. You have Young Kick actually.
Yep, step, jump, kick,
It has
strength.
Spore.
Well, that seems to be a theme for Snowbear currently. Yeah,
Yeah, he has,
You want-
he has got like 3 different Pokemon with Spore, I think. And a double
Yes.
kick.
does come with double kick.
I mean, you can work with that.
You might actually want to teach a Dig to have ghost coverage right now, because that's your big problem right now.
Yeah, definitely. He's going for it.
Yeah. It doesn't feel great, but I mean, there are some things you have to do, and you don't have anything to have ghost with if you don't do this, so might as well. But this Machamp is definitely a good contender. This can do work.
Some strong physical move in the mart here would definitely help.
Yeah, so Snowbear might actually would have wanted to hold off on teaching Dig right now if you go to the mart anyway, because if there's Earthquake in here, then you're just sad.
He did buy a lot of escape ropes early on, so...
I mean, Snowbear's also one of the people that says that he's just way more comfortable using escape ropes anyway, even if he has the... no?
I think it was Twin Needle.
We did see that earlier actually, so yeah, that was 20 in there. Pretty sure we got TM11 Twin Needle already, and that is one of the TMs that's sold in that mart.
We've got some lefties. Gonna make years of that. And we are going to, Erika right away.
Yeah. Could maybe a bit troublesome. Erika has it's not the easiest of the Kanto leaders, but you do have a few fights before to get 1 or 2 more levels on the Machamp, and it is pretty solid. So this could definitely work.
You probably want to explore Kanto a little bit until you find either Fly or the bottle before taking the boat.
Absolutely. Given that you know that Fly has to be before or can never require you to take the boat, and given that Snowbear has done the complete backtrack, so there's no checks in Kanto left, except for Softs and Girls, you really want to explore your options here to just find Fly. Doing Erika immediately is maybe questionable if you really want to do that first, or instead of maybe trying Janine, but Janine's also more annoying to get back from. So,
I mean, not a bad move. As long as he can actually set up on Erika.
I mean, Snowbear has Spore, and in combination with leftovers, even if the first turn is slower, then you might be able to get set up in. So, it should probably be fine. Storm Badge for Prior. I mean, Ho-Oh though might be bad.
If it has a flying type moves, then will be pretty bad. It's fine though. Getting through.
Snowbear doesn't really have much money currently though, and cannot really buy too much setup items. It has only 1x attack left at this point. It's only able to afford 3 right now. Yeah, looks like the fight is going pretty well.
Yeah, easy.
Janine shouldn't be requiring you too much.
Oh boy.
And hello, there's the basement key. So as Snowbear, do you go for Janine now, or do you just say, well, let's just take basement and...
Honestly, I go for Janine because I have cut. There's 3 items.
Yeah,
It's pretty juicy. But I don't know, I would understand either play.
I mean, going back for the tower right now, it's not too far off, and you can still go Janine after that, if there's nothing in there. Again, if Janine does not have fly, your way out is maybe slightly annoying. Now that your Machamp gets up to level 40 plus, setting up Death Warps gets harder and harder. So,
you could also go Route 12 and Rock Tunnel. That's a lot of items. Rock Tunnel will be out of logic, but we already have Flash.
Yep. For all we know, it could be Flash on here on Janine and Fly just in Rock Tunnel. Or Flash in Radio Tower, or more basement, as we know already the tower has nothing. But yeah. A lot of options for that right now.
And Briar's doing the same, Janine first. Or, well, we know. Pick up the leftovers first.
No. No Erica, no Janine for Prior right now.
Maybe Route 12 is the play. We're going to Vermilion right away. Is he going to look for a main?
I'm not sure.
Maybe finding Search?
Search would be an option. The Suicune is at that point where it really still struggles to kill things. So Prior's just taken the boat. Okay.
That's surprising. Well, we'll see.
I mean, we do have strength. We do have enough badges, so we can actually just do an entire loop around through Kanto. And if you're intending to just run the Suicune, getting the hideout experience, the lighthouse experience on there is definitely more helpful for you before going into the Kanto gyms.
Clear bill on Janine.
And that's actually something you probably would rather have when you go this trip on the first time.
Yeah, I don't think Snowbear soft resetting this one.
Nah. Probably not. I mean, you always can just hope for Squirt Bottle be back here, and then you have your easy way back anyways. For all we know, Squirt Bottle might actually be one of the checks that we didn't see yet that are still within Fly logic, so Fly could then just be over in Off Johto anyway. We do have the Cascade badge on the boat. Oh,
interesting. Yeah. That's, I mean, boats most likely required. Yeah. I actually don't hate the routing, Snowbear's routing here. You will have to fight a couple of annoying optionals.
Oh.
But he kinda, I mean...
It's really just 2 more trainers you would have to fight with this route.
Yeah, I actually like this.
You can go all the way up through Route 12, go up to the power plant. You unfortunately don't have the machine part yet. That would make this even juicier.
Yes.
But yeah,
there's one trainer if you have cut. So
yeah, on this route, and then if you take that all the way through to Celadon, you would have to fight one more. No, you don't even have that.
No, you don't.
You don't have. You only have to fight that one if you come from through land. So yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty viable.
It's
oh, actually, Razor Leaf on Suicune. I was asking for that.
Yeah. Took a bit, but it hurt you.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to do this route in this southern direction. So going from Lavender to Fuchsia, Because, I mean, for starters, you have to fight a 6-poke trainer. And I believe that's not the only trainer you have to fight on that route.
Yep. You will have to fight the trainer that Snowbear fought anyway if you do that. So yeah, that's at least the second trainer in there, and there might be even one more. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe not. But yeah, that 6-poke trainer alone is definitely a big deterrent to even trying this way. If you can just get with a single 1-poke trainer on the other side anyway down there.
Ooh, that's good for Snowbear.
It does make you move that. Jasmine, you might want to check your pockets for some holes in there. You just lost your badge here up on the lighthouse.
Actually. Yeah, Drill Peck's probably my favorite physical move in the game. It's really good coverage. Flying type gives really good coverage. Very spammable, pretty good power, 20 PP.
Yeah. It's on the physical side. It's definitely one of the top three moves. Just that. It might even be the actual best one. There might be some other contenders, but if you want to go physical, Drill Peck is always one of your favorite moves, regardless of what you're running.
And Zephyr Badge makes it even stronger because it gives the attack boost and it gives the flying type boost. So that's like two additional 1/8 of power, 1/8 multipliers. And I believe we are probably going to see the level 60 on Prier's screen, maybe?
Did we see the Silver Wing?
Yeah, we just found it in the lighthouse, I think.
Okay, yeah, then
we're nullifying. Oh, it was in Rock Tunnel. Okay, I was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Snowbear just found it.
Yeah, then we're unfortunately not getting to see it. I mean, Prior would probably be pretty interested in it still. I mean, this Suicune is probably going to be fine after this, but currently it would still be an almost 30 level difference, and that would make almost anything that you would find here runnable. Will be more interesting if Snowbear will actually bother to check it once he gets there, because Snowbear most likely won't have a lot of reason to do it at that point.
We are running out of places to find Fly in. I do like the route that Snowbear's taken, though.
Yeah. With the Rising Badge in Wool Islands.
Though Prier's pretty much finding all the badges.
Yeah, so for checks that can still have Fly, I believe it's only Fabulous Prize, Sabrina, which we didn't see, and Surge at this point? Misty cannot have it. It can also be the cut check up here, obviously. So there's 2 chances up here. And of course, the
also basement. Yeah, basement.
True. Already forgot about that again.
Really has the most chances right now.
Yeah. Kinda early Route 25 from Snowbear, but I mean, you don't need the machine part to do it. If you go to the power plant, all of this is available already. So yeah, nice way to get your main bit, a bit experience, and to get 3 checks while doing so. 2 of those which could have Fly, so absolutely reasonable to do so.
Yeah, naturally, worst case scenario for Snowbear is the square bottles. That's really what's blocking Fly.
Yep. if we are getting the find the square bottle within fly logic, that means one of the checks mentioned before are this, then it would actually enable fly to be up in northern Johto. And on any of those checks that Prior is doing right now. I wouldn't deem it necessarily likely from how the ROM was going so far, but you never know.
I think right now Prior's main problem is probably not fly, but I mean that clear bill is a little bit suspicious.
It could very well be that the clear bell is actually one of the parts that you would need to get to the end stages of the game.
Pretty unlikely that nothing required is behind Tin Tower.
And the way this is currently going for Prior, he isn't really going to be able to efficiently check that. Unless Fly shows up here somewhere in northern Johto. I mean, the clear bow on Janine itself isn't too bad if you have Fly. Janine is a rather quick check for 2 items. And you do have the Route 15 item with it. But without Fly, it gets definitely very, very hard to get there.
You'll have to do a lot of cycling.
Nothing on
so
Route 25.
it's not here. Huh.
So Snowbear will be still fighting Misty, but yeah, there won't be anything that leads us to Fly on her.
I mean, he could even leave Misty for later. If he wanted to. I don't think there's much of a reason because I think he could clear Misty pretty easily right now.
Yeah, I mean, on the other hand, leaving this behind now, when will you go back for Misty ever? When will Misty ever be attractive again? And you already invested all this time into Route 25 and got nothing out of it yet, so... I don't know. I wouldn't really leave it behind right now.
Yeah, nothing in Cyan Wood aside from vanilla D-Punch TM, apparently.
It was a vanilla TM01. It had Boomerang, which is actually pretty okay for the Machamp once.
Yeah, it's yet another upgrade for the Machamp. Yeah, right now your problem with the Machamp is you probably want to replace Strength with Drill Peck whenever you can.
I mean, first Snowbear would have to get Drill Peck, but I mean, Snowbear will eventually be able to get over to Blackthorn to be a multi-leader, so there are chances for it, but it's not ideal right now.
Right, so Sabrina, then Surge, then, I mean, probably Snowbear's path is pretty much set. And Priors as well. Without Fly, there's not much else Prior can do besides just checking everything. Hope that the Square Bottle was locking Fly. Or that, I mean, somehow he gets everything and we get the Flyless Seed.
Which isn't unreasonable. Prior found the part of Fly that he needs in Storm Badge and doesn't have the quote-unquote useless part. I mean, it's not necessarily likely, especially given that the Clear Bell already showed up, so it's not unreasonable to expect something being in Tin Tower.
I mean, he would need nothing to be in the basement and in Tin Tower or behind Tin Tower. That's unlikely.
I mean, the basement might not even be too terrible for Prior, since if he just does the loop around, he eventually needs to take the train at Goldenrod again anyway, so you're already next to the basement again. And if one of your last things is right then and there, then it would just kind of work out for you. But yeah, especially anything in 10 Tower would currently pretty bad for Prior in that case.
Yeah, so that's Meowth, the second one's Vileplume, and the first one... I have it at the tip of my tongue. That's Magcargo, the first one, yeah. Nothing too great.
Yeah. I mean, I've tried Vileplume. It wasn't great.
It's just bad Venusaur.
I mean, granted that there wasn't really anything better available, so my hand was kind of forced at that point. But yeah, it didn't really do well.
Right, so this guy needs to have some stuff. And some stuff is the Square Bottle, Fly HM, I mean, and maybe the Red Scale, I don't know. Right, let's see.
Nope.
Oh, what? Well, actually, yeah, it's in the basement. Whatever. I forgot about the basement. So, I mean, you probably want to go basement and not boat.
Yeah, especially in Snowbear's case, where Snowbear there has to be something that needs to fly in the basement or fly itself.
You definitely don't want to go boat here, but we are going boat. I mean, maybe banking on secret or bottle on basement, I don't know. But this is not good, because, I mean, if he's going to play the same as Prior right now, he's quite a bit behind.
Yep. With the one caveat where in reasonably early Rainbowing right now in Ekrotik or in Mount Mortar would actually, or could actually tip the scale into Snowbear's favor here with 10 Tower Axes. Which I don't think Snowbear would be very happy to have to do Morty for that, but I mean, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Snowbear hasn't done the radio tower yet, so I mean, maybe he doesn't want to do that at all, I don't know.
I mean,
if you are... for him.
Yeah, if you are foregoing Fly Logic here, where really basement or soft and girls are the only places left where it could be, I don't think you can afford to leave an 10 Tower Axis behind, if you get it.
Yeah, what I don't really agree with here in Snowbear's case, which I mean still could be the right play to do, you know, but I believe he has invested too much in the following Flight Logic path to drop it at this point, just without going all the way, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm also thinking. I would fully agree with that. If you are going to all these lengths that Snowbear has done, including Route 25 and all the Kanto leaders, and you didn't really get anything out of the way checks, then you can't really go ahead and just start ignoring Fly at this point. You already lost so much time to it, and you're. I mean, what are you hoping that will be your advantage out of this? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's just forgo it from the start like Prior did, or go all the way. But anything in between, I don't know. It doesn't feel so great. But yeah, if you are dipping into Kanto here without any way to fly, you probably don't want to start skipping checks. Probably want to be thorough.
You want to do everything there is to not miss anything. Because if you miss anything in here and you have to get back later anyway, you will lose so much additional time to backtrack all of your start. And we still need 4 more badges and 2 more Pokegear parts. In addition to the Zephyr badge that Snowbear still had to pick up right here. So, yeah. You're not at the point where you can actually start trying to fish for the last items by selecting your checks.
Yeah, as far as we know, Fly can't even be in Northern Johto unless the bottle is in the basement or directly behind it.
Yeah. From all of the information we got, we can say either Fly has to be in the basement or something that leads to Fly has to be in the basement. And only the squirt bottle in the basement could enable Fly to be up here in Northern Johto.
Snowbear coming up on the Rising Badge in Whirl Islands. I don't think he even bothers with the Lugia at this point.
It's at this point it's only in 13 level difference anymore, so it's not really that big of an advantage anymore. You have a good Mon with a good moveset, so whatever you find has to be very good to be making that switch attractive. I mean, you just found Drill Pack, so you have some interesting machine part. So
that can't ever lock Fly anyway.
Yep.
But might give Prior reason to go back to Kanto at some point.
Yeah. The machine part can be one of the more annoying parts, especially without early accessible Fly, to have some sort of progression.
We are actually checking the 60. Alright.
Okay. I mean, if nothing else, it can be a nice backup. And the champ has its flaws.
No, that's not a nice backup. No, no thanks.
You would maybe take a Crier that's very similar to it, but Snowbear is also a very, very firm believer of not ever using that vehicle. So, motive and probably a hard no anyway for Snowbear. Meanwhile, we did find the sketch TM for Prior, which, I mean, at this point is probably a bit too late to be useful. But, it's something.
Spark over Razor Leaf probably. Just because, I mean, 5 accuracy.
That and your over coverage with electric shots slightly better.
Yeah, you hit flying types, which there are also a lot of. Though, I mean, hit flying types neutrally with Surf, and that's usually enough. I mean, we are probably yeah, taking stab into account, you are hitting them as hard with Surf as you are with Spark.
It's better against Gyarados and Mantine though. Razor Leaf against both of those wouldn't really do much.
Yeah, probably want either Electric Coverage or a physical move.
Now we are appreciating the Chikorita. Then taking out. Yeah, Snowbear has picked up the Rising Badge. Will be most likely doing Chuck here.
You know what I would like Snowbear to do? Just undo his last decision and take it both back. But it's not going to happen.
I mean, you have to once again pass that bow terminal more or less. So it wouldn't be completely unreasonable to just go back here after this. But at that point, you probably haven't taken the boat in the first place. So yeah, I also cannot really see that.
Other than that, best case scenario for now for Snowbear is, even though we seem kind of close to go mode, there's still one badge that is like really far out of the way. Say Deep, West Kanto, say E4, and Prior's also forced to do everything. So, I mean, Prior's not gaining any time over Snowbear in virtue of having Fly, because I mean they don't.
I mean, again, if, for example, Waterfall shows up here in the hideout and Rainbow Wing, which leads to one of the Pokegear parts, or maybe even two in the Tin Tower, shows up here, and Prior is forced to leave that behind, while Snowbear is able to get that, and maybe even gets a Squirt Bottle out of the tower to get the easier way back, then there might be still ways for Snowbear to take an advantage here, but it will be required for some very intricate placement of some things. Again, the clear bell that Snowbear has is the only potential advantage that he currently holds over Prior on this route. And so far the Rainbow Wing hasn't shown up.
So yeah, Prior still doesn't have the basement key, which was Erika, right?
That is true.
Yeah. So yeah, Prior will still have to fight a couple gym leaders in Kanto. I mean, Snowbear's effort wasn't useless, but it was just really front-loaded because it was just the two first things that he did.
There's the expansion card. So, yeah, we did need to go in here. And we are only 4 things away from being able to finish this even without Flyer on Prior's side. 3 more badges and the radio card.
It would be nice for some random poke on either side to learn teleport. It would be funny, if anything else.
Yeah, it would certainly be helpful at this stage.
It would even take us closer, my dude.
Honestly, with how this is going, teleport might actually be a very reasonable option for Prior to actually just skip Fly entirely. If that shows up. With the basement key on Erika being required for that, if there's no badge down there, then Prior might not have to do that ever. So getting teleport would prior to actually would enable prior to actually prioritize checks that are more dense and where the badges could possibly be.
I mean, obviously, best case scenario for Prior is everything is past Ice Path. It's not even a best case scenario. That's an amazing case scenario. That's, I mean, it can happen, but probably won't.
What Prime might actually prefer to see right now is actually getting Waterfall to at least get Mount Mortar in here to you before you go to Blackthorn. Which the density of Mount Mortar, getting another 9 items in there, could be very well the thing that you need to get the last remaining badges. The Waterfall isn't nearby here in Mahogany. It's going to be annoying either way, so yeah. We will see how Brian will be dealing with this.
For now, skip it to his game plan. Doing pretty well.
Snowbear teaching Boomerang over Dig. Proving his moveset as expected. And going Morty. I mean, there would have definitely been still room to say, well, maybe not need to do Morty right now, but on the other hand, given that you went out of Fly Logic, you really don't want to leave anything behind, and as much as Snowbear is loathing this, probably there's really nothing, no good reason to skip this at this point.
Well, that's radio card.
Yep. So, I mean, if Prior really wants to, you definitely at this point can go and try Flyless. You still have all the way to Blackthorn. You might even just decide to do Claire, because you just have everything you need for her.
Not just you might, you probably should at this point.
Yeah. And then you can do the loop around to New Bark. Maybe even take Dark Cave back, although they don't have Rock Smash, so that's probably going to be troublesome. There's Rainbow Wing, Rainbow Badge, not the wing.
That's somewhat unnerving.
Yeah, 2 more to go. So yeah, Prior might actually be here on a very, very good Flyless path. But yeah, the more checks you find, the more this one last badge can be your absolute nightmare.
Yeah, but it looks like the stars are starting to align for Prior here.
Oh, and definitely looks like it.
But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It just takes one batch being on like Bane or something to just throw a wrench. I mean, for Prior, not even anymore. If it's on Blaine, that's good for Prior. He already has radio card and stuff. But it would be bad for Prior right now.
E4?
Probably something Tin Tower. Something that forces him to just look for the clear bell, look for the basement key. But he's probably doing, I mean, he just, like, Fly Logic is way forgone at this point. He's probably doing West Canto before any gym leaders.
There's the secret potion. That could be one of those annoying checks.
Yep,
Without
absolutely.
fly, it's really bad to get to it, get back to at this point. Yeah, I don't know. If you go West Kanto and go Blaine into Janine for Prior and then the route up, the actual basement key could be a problematic for Prior. So if, in addition to whatever leads to Fly or Fly itself is down there, basement is having another badge, that could be bad for Prior at that point. But it will still heavily depend on what Prior is going to decide to do after this. There are some options. That's going straight into Claire.
As expected.
Yep.
And Snowbear just trailing behind, just hoping that this isn't over at Johto right now.
I mean, one thing that we still might need to consider is the level difference can actually be impactful on the red fight. The Suicune currently is only level 40, which is still iffy even with a pretty tanky mon like Suicune. Any low level 40s can be problematic if red needs just something very with some strong attacks, where the Machamp on strong electric type attacks could potentially have the edge over. But given that Prior is just doing Claire right now, which will give a bit more experience, and we do still have candies to apply to, Red may not be a big factor here, but it's still a factor that we cannot forget about, especially if the next two batches are coming up very quick.
I think probably a stalling lead for Red would be probably more annoying to Prior than an attacking lead would be.
Did Suicune just try to learn Haze?
Yeah.
So if Red is leading with a Suicune,
Oh.
that could be that very big trouble that Prior might not really want to encounter.
Yeah, all these fun moves for Red lead, like Haze, Psych Up, stuff like that. Even Roar. Right, interested to see what's on Dragon's Den here.
Yeah. Could very well turn out to be nothing here, given that we only need to find two more things, and we do have a few other things open. I don't imagine that Snowbear will be actually skipping Claire at that point, but given what we know and given how Snowbear played this so far, there's definitely some potential where Snowbear could say, okay, I need to make up time somewhere. And Claire would be a reasonable attempt to do so, because...
Actually, that's a good point. He can't even do it. So
yeah,
it's not even a choice.
Huh, yeah. Now that I think about it, I think you're right. Snowbear hasn't done Radio Tower, so absolutely cannot do it. So yeah, this actually might be what Snowbear needs. If there's nothing in here, that forced time save could be very well bring Snowbear much closer into contention. And if Prior starts to do some of the stuff that Snowbear did for nothing,
not picking up the max revive. Okay, this is an optional for Snowbear. Luckily, he just saved. Right there, 2 steps away.
I mean, Prior actually did turn down a max revive in Mortar already, which Snowbear decided to pick up.
He does have a bunch of revival herbs.
Yeah, which are just budget max revives anyway, so.
Okay, just one more item. Okay.
Again was useless. So, unless Snowbear gets back later here with Fly for some reason, this will be a first time save that does get Snowbear a bit closer, but the difference with an entire hideout to do is still quite a chunk.
The thing is, if Prior now gets back to Kanto, imagine he finds nothing else. He probably does Rock Tunnel and Route 12 first. Before the gym leaders.
I mean, he most likely will. He might more likely be going West Kanto first. You can route Blaine into Janine into Route 12, and then Machine Parts, all without Fly. So if you are going to forego Fly, you might actually want to try and do that.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of tricky.
The tricky part begins now, because you have now exhausted this entire loop. I have to go to backtrack. And now what? Without Fly, you don't really can do everything as efficiently as you would like to.
We are checking... I believe it's Rising Batch check that we haven't seen so far.
Yeah, I don't think Prior was over here at all, so has Mystery Egg and Rising Batch to check. We didn't see the Rising Batch yet, since that was just more recent.
It's a burn heal. So this is getting interesting. Snowbear won't be able to do Dragon's Den and wouldn't be missing anything there. Prior not checking Tojo Falls, which is surprising. Did he do that before?
I'm trying to remember.
I mean, if he didn't do the Elm checks, I highly doubt that he's gone over to Tojo Falls. It's strange.
I mean, we don't have Rock Smash, and I can't remember Prior fighting Rival 1. Or, no, wait, didn't he just bike past that and didn't get a fight, so...
Anyway, we're doing Flash Chamber. The Sephiroth was on the boat, so Fly cannot be here.
Here wasn't anything. Alright, we don't have the squirt bottle, so we actually do have to take this way over to Goldenrod.
So now, the thing that decides how close this race is how much time Prior lose in Kanto now. It's probably Claire and Dragon's Den. It's probably might be a similar time loss than Route 25, maybe even bigger.
It will heavily depend. Prior will be able to get the machine part with that in, so it won't net anything on Route 25, but it will get some of the surrounding checks in there. And for all we know, Prior might just go to West Kanto. It is a valid option. You do have the quick checks in West Kanto. You do have an entire victory road that you can check. So there is a lot of checks in there, and what Kanto has to offer right now isn't really that much. Sabrina is a very quick check that you are right next to, so that's not surprising to see first here. The decision will come after this. Like, you can go do Rock Tunnel into machine parts into Route 25 first. You won't really be able to easily check the expansion card check. You either would have to go back through Rock Tunnel and then could also do Route 12 potentially with a save reset, but all of that doesn't really feel that great either.
Yeah, this is tricky. You really have to prioritize some checks over others. There's not too clear of a reason to decide on some specific path. So let's see what Pride does. Yeah, looks like Route 12.
Route 12 went to Rock Tunnel. Is fighting this guy here to have the path back though? Which is interesting. This might be indicating that Pride is not wanting to turn the machine part right now. Or maybe doesn't want to do Route 25 with it and instead will go back and then I don't know.
Even if you don't do the Route 25, I think it's still worth it to go over to the power plant and exit through Cerulean.
Yeah, I mean, you will get that check in Cerulean out of it for free, more or less, if you do it that way, so... Yeah. I don't know, I'm not sure what that fighting that trainer at this point is really indicating.
Yeah, he could have biked to Snorlax as well. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, that's true. I am always forgetting about that option because you don't really often use it. Because in with Fly there's not much reason to. But that is an option.
Yeah, that's the thing you do like once in a blue moon and you always hit an optional because you don't know where they are.
Yep. Prior is definitely not going for that attempt. So we will be seeing Rock Tunnel here. The big question is what will Prior do with this after checking the last item here in Rock Tunnel? Because you either can go to Power Plant, but if you go out Cerulean, you didn't really have to fight that trainer there. You could go back after Power Plant to check the expansion card check in here. But that's a long way back for a single check here and then bike out the normal way. And then you would have to back over to Cerulean for the check in the gym anyway if you want to get that in. So, I don't know. There's...
In the meantime, Snowbear already closing in. He won't do Dragon's Den again, not because he doesn't want to, because he probably does, but because he can't.
Silver Wing for Prior.
The Parasect Pass. Yeah, I think this will turn out to be probably a pretty interesting endgame. Is this the longest match without Fly so far? I don't think so.
No.
No.
I can speak from personal experience that it's not even close to it.
Yeah, I do believe I have similar races to this.
So if you want to go for that, I can point to my round 3 match, where I believe I got fly at the 2 hour 30 mark or somewhere around that. To use it exactly 3 times.
It's early fly.
I mean, I purposely have foregone fly logic in that race, similar to Prior and Snowbear have done it in this one. So it was kind of a choice for it to be that late. But,
even without foregoing flight logic, I have gotten it at like 140 at some point as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, Prior maybe not realizing he can go off to Cerulean, going back through Rock Tunnel. So I really don't think once you get to the power plant, I really don't think there's too much for reason to. I mean, maybe if you want to check the expansion pass item right away. I don't know.
Still, I wouldn't really. I would rather just go out the way Cerulean, check the item in Cerulean Gym, and then do this check with a save reset if I had to. And if the item on that is required, then just take the bullet, fight the guy, reset the route, and then bike out. But I don't know if I like this way, but Prior seems to be willing to maybe just now check this Lost All here and then go into West Kanto at this point.
Search.
Do search while you're here, makes sense. Fly could be here, and if not, then it could be one of the badges you need. You probably won't be returning here at any point if you don't have to. Anyway, so...
Snowbear's actually saving here in the Dark Cave, and he's probably... that's good. He'll be resetting there, because he won't find anything here. He'll ride all the way. I mean, I don't think that's a very significant time save. If at all. And maybe a little bit. It's not too big of a difference at this point. Especially if you have already fought the rival.
And cut makes your path even easier to go a normal way here.
Well, it actually does need to check Rising Badge.
Yeah, but if that also has nothing, he can just reset. Which at this point it will be a slight time save, definitely.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, that's pretty quick. Yeah, that's good. That's good routing.
Yep, and Prior is going to take this into West Kanto. So if the 2 remaining badges are over here, this will be still work out very well in the favor of Prior.
It's an elephant. Some okay physical options in this round.
I mean, one thing you are worried about on Red is potentially some strong electric type move. The elephant would make that one disappear. And you're not that worried about very strong grass type moves because, grass type moves don't really are good here. They're just not good overall in this gen.
Not in terms of moves, not in terms of coverage either. But yeah, we are seeing interesting things here. West Kanto on Prior screen, and soon enough Basement in Snowbear screen, which is long overdue.
Yep, which will eventually enable Snowbear to be able to fly, probably. We have to say that. It still could be the red scale in there actually leading you to fly, and at that point, are you really willing to make that backtrack again?
Oh boy.
I'm not sure. On the other hand, at that point, you really know it almost must be fly. To just find out that it's the squirt bottle, the rainbow wing is on the rock smash check, and you just go into fly, Tin Tower for fly anyway.
Yeah, it's like the pseudo is really annoying here as well.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Yeah, subs and girls. Okay.
Snowbear never did this, so at this point, it's one of the checks that could be fly, and you are over here, and you need to locate 2 more badges, so
Wonder if Prior does Route 4. I think he should. And just save here. I probably think he should.
With the safe reset, you could do it, definitely. Well,
interesting.
Now you just 1 badge away, and you do have Blaine to Bloom to, or Blaine into Route 15, and Janine and Victory Road. You have so much checks for a single badge. I would actually agree with just risking it on.
Yeah, things are different now,
Route 4.
definitely. This can end up being a very, actually quite nice flight. Let's see it. So, I mean, just everything on the way. Not doing Victory Road? Interesting.
I don't agree with this at all.
I don't either, but let's see. But yeah, Snowbear still has to do all the radio tower shenanigans.
I mean, what Prior can do here is do Blaine, save there, do Janine and Route 15. If there's nothing there, reset, surf back. And do Blue into Victory Road into E4 potentially?
I don't know, but doing 1 batch away, yeah, you really want to check the 6 items which are in the Victory Road vicinity.
Yeah, and you can even do the Route 27 check.
Yeah, you can do the Whirlpool check.
So I definitely would have gone Victory Road before deciding to do anything else here. We'll see.
And now just everybody's just here and we just shut up. And it's just as simple as that.
I mean, there's definitely a reason why both of these guys are 3-1. So they usually know what they're doing, and maybe Prior just knows.
Good paralysis proc. Oh boy. Okay, so it's definitely in the basement.
Yep.
Or the red scale is.
Yeah. Fly has to be somewhere in early Johto. We now know for sure.
Prey will get the clear build out of this, and I mean, I think he takes. Actually, yeah, he does take the cycling road north, and goes Erika right after this. Gets the basement key.
He has done Route 12, so he has no reason to go up that way anymore. So yeah, go up to Erika, get her, and that's nothing. You could go through Diglett Cave again, do Blue, and then do Victory Road in the E4.
So at this point, we are close to converge. I think Prior is in the lead.
Yes.
Just because of that badge in Brock.
Brock is the big kicker here. If Snowbear is going to immediately do Brock and then rush Victory Road, we might actually be here extremely close together.
I mean, the range that the game can throw out Prior right now is Route 4, but he will be getting Fly anyway. So, I mean, he will be going basement soon enough.
Yeah, that's the point here. If Prior getting basement key will enable him to just take a pit stop in Saffron, where you have to go anyway with this route to go over to the basement very quickly and find your Fly there. Most likely. The red scale being there is still a thing, though Prior with the squirt bottle now has an easier way to get that in there too. So.
Actually, we were going back to Victory Road.
Okay, sure. Did Prior fight Janine earlier and I just completely forgot about it?
Yeah, he just did. He just got to clear rail.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting late, and the seat is making a break.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe the reason here was like not isolating blue. The rest two is in this order. But
Yeah,
being just one batch away, you probably should just crush the quick checks, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a thing to say about a single of quick checks that you may or may not do, but Victory Road with 5 items as quick as they are to get, just ignoring that straight out if you just need one badge doesn't really feel right at all.
And that's the first time I see Route 1 traverse northwards. That's good movement, though.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen that ever outside of Warbrand.
RBY. Yeah. Basement key, Erika has it.
Yeah. And Prior's not getting that. Because Prior has isolated Erika with this particularly routing choice. Which the basement has 6 items plus Fly. Or whatever Fly.
If the last batch is in the basement along with Fly, this race can still flip.
I would expect Snowbear is ahead by a mile by then, because Prior is not getting the basement key anytime soon. And with Fly, yeah. Brock really isn't going taking too long, even if Snowbear is prioritizing other takes.
Yeah, right now what you can probably do in Prior's side to route this, if you don't find anything, just going Route 4 towards Cerulean, and then but at that point you do Erika last.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a critical moment for both runners here.
Absolutely.
Where is the Earth Patch?
It's not this one.
It's disappearing items.
Yeah.
Always stressing.
Yeah. That split second before you know what it is so distressing at this point. Nope, not this one. 2 more checks in here. Then we just
Fly is there.
Fly.
Surprise, surprise.
There is the Earth Patch.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Prior slightly punished for not getting here first, but overall still works out pretty okay for Prior, since Snowbear just got Fly, still needs to go all the way over here to West Kanto and fight Brock. Meanwhile, Prior will be just biking back to Route 1 and will be showing us another way of Route 1 towards north. Because Prior isn't able...
This is very fortunate here. Nothing in Tin Tower, nothing in... nothing Fly. Okay, just Fly in basement. like nothing, I don't know, behind waterfall.
Yep.
It was the actual good flyless seed.
Yep. It was definitely a very reasonable flyless path here if you just committed to it. And Snowbear didn't do so early enough, so was in the end able to get fly out of it, but it did cost too much time to get to. Especially that Route 25 for nothing did hurt immensely in that case. Although Prior also did an entire unnecessary drain stun, which Snowbear never had access to. Which Snowbear actually might be tempted to do.
And I still think probably wins this if he stays in fly logic. To be honest,
I think so too.
I mean, the fact that this was a pretty nice flyless seed doesn't mean that it was optimal to skip fly, because I don't think so.
There's definitely some things you could have routed more efficiently, or checks that you could have skipped if you had fly earlier. So stuff like Morty, where you do need vital things. Going back to some stuff. Yeah.
Okay, Thunderbolt on this would be pretty scary. Let's see.
Yeah.
I think you can still double team.
Double team doesn't matter. Giga Drain you can stall out.
Yeah, you can just stall it. Snowbear didn't do Brock, but it's going towards the Earth Patch.
I mean, with Fly, Brock isn't really too far off. And Snowbear is probably doing quick checks first. And Brock needing 2 fights isn't really the quickest of all checks. Isn't slow, but
yeah, that's the last Giga Drain, and now we are spamming double team. The thing is, even at 6x specials, you may not one-shot everything here.
Yeah. Like Suicune only being at level 51, it does lack a bit of offense. On the other hand, a jump kicking Jinx isn't really scary at all, so you can take all your time that you want. And now it's just biding its time. Yep.
Oh. Yeah, bite wasn't over.
Yeah, and without killing, yeah. That's setup gone once. And now we do it again.
Oh, that kind of hurts. If you have enough X items, there's no reason to reset here, because then you have to stall the Giga Drains again and all that.
Yeah. So you probably just this time should just be aware of bite and one when it's over, and just take the 2-shot. Or taking note of when Jinx is going to lock itself into bite, and then taking the 2-shot before it can actually use the release.
Let's see what else Red has.
First, Licton wants to learn reversal and
teleport.
It was just there all along.
Too little, too late. Alright, seems like the... Oh, Snowbear hitting the 5-poke bird keeper. Unfortunate.
It won't make too much of a difference. There were easily enough killable Pokemon on Red after the Jinx that Prior is through, and finished the race in just under 2 hours. With 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 18 seconds.
It's GG for Prior, who qualifies for the bracket stage. Yeah, now Snowbear is just the wild chase for the last batch.
Yep.
Wonder, I mean, at this point he could even be doing. He completed the rocket tower. He could be doing Dragon's Den before Brock.
Yeah, it's definitely reasonable to expect.
Right, and we do have a Prior here, the winner of this race. GG's.
Thanks. Hello.
GG. Actually
Yeah.
flyless.
Yes. Wow. Oh my god. I made so many steps in that seed. I made wrong choices too. I think you've got to rush Victory Road earlier instead of doing Blaine to Janine to oh my god. I don't know.
We were actually talking about this, and given that you only needed one batch at that point, that trip to Blaine over doing Victory Road first for 5 items out there and 2 more pretty quick checks on Route 26 and 27. It didn't feel right, and it wasn't the correct choice in this seat either. So still. Yeah, I mean, the big thing that probably won you this race was just committing to ignoring fly logic way earlier than Snowbear did. And Snowbear trying to hunting down fly, but not doing so until the end. And after a lot of time spent on trying fly without getting it, deciding to forego it at the end and follow you.
Yeah, Snowbear checked all of Kanto, but then didn't go all the way, because what you didn't see is that Erika had the basement key. Naturally, Fly was there.
Oh my
Snowbear
god.
checked all of Kanto, but then didn't go back to pick up Fly in the basement.
Okay.
So he just took the boat and followed you.
Yeah, I was expecting maybe I don't know where Secret Potion was. I can't remember. It could be on Jasmine, depending on where it was.
I don't quite remember where Secret Potion was either.
It was kinda late towards the Ice Path Blackthorn path. It was still in Northern Johto, I believe, but nowhere near close where you would wanted to turn it in there.
Absolutely.
And looks like Snowbear is also done, so GG's to him as well. He will have yet another chance to get his 4th win next week. And there we have him. So GG's to Snowbear, a little bit unfortunate situation with the fly logic.
I knew it was bad. I had a couple points of turnaround, and then I was like, you know what, I'm committed. And I was hoping to find Squirt Bottle somewhere in North Johto.
But yeah, you were missing Brock.
Yeah, I was not going to get down to that for a while. I mean, I might have, but that would have been... I don't think that would have been my first thing to do. Post that. Oh well. GG.
GG.
So the very big difference in the end is Prior decided to forego fly logic way earlier than you and committed to it, and in the end never found fly because never fought Erika, and so never had a chance to.
Are you serious? That I got out not flied? Oh my gosh.
Yep. Yeah.
I thought I would. Oh my gosh.
So
I lost because someone else didn't fly. You know, I've been out Snowbeard. I didn't think I'd be out not flied. Wow, GG though.
I'm sorry.
So what you did in
Meister,
addition,
nothing.
Snowbear?
Sorry about it. Kudos to you.
What you did, Snowbear, in addition to what Pride did, was doing an unnecessary 25 early for nothing and doing both Surge and Sabrina reasonably early. But the differences already started quite a bit earlier. Starting with the starters that you picked, you just went with the Rapidash, but Prior took the Suicune that was right next to it and ran it all the way to the end.
Yeah, that Suicune was really annoying on Rival 2. And Rival 3 was one of the other. Rival 4, I think, was a start. Well, no, it was the Suicune was just protecting on me for a while. No, Suicunes were honorable. It's just I had no faith in Gator. Although when I saw Spore on the Machamp, I was just like, okay, I'll make it work.
I can consider myself lucky because we found Surf very early and it was very helpful.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's what Suicune do. You can just do well. I was stuck with a double-edged Surf Gator, although Spore was helpful. I did regret sort of teaching over Psybeam early on because Psybeam had the boost, but then I figured I'd be having more trouble with Psychic types than Poison types, so I figured it'd be better to just teach Bite, although I think that was a mistake.
I mean, one of the differences that came out of your starter picks was that Prior actually did go from early Soft Sand Girls into an early radio tower before even properly hitting Kanto. So that in turn kind of led later on to Pride doing Claire when he was over in Blackthorn for nothing, which you were forced to skip at that point, Snowbear. But yeah. That were some.
I should have just committed to the secret potion skip and machine part skip.
We did some very nice routing from both of you throughout this race. Unfortunately, yeah, Snowbear, for you going to lengths to stay into Fly Logic, but then not fully committing to it.
Wasn't that I realized I could just do the loop, and then I realized that just as soon as I did Route 25, then none of it had anything. I was just like, you know what, I gotta just do what I can. But I had the turning point after doing Sabrina that I could have done radio, but I was not thrilled with the Machamp's moveset.
I mean, the Machamp definitely looked solid though. You had step double kick. You could have taught, I believe we found
Jump kick.
Jump kick. Yeah.
No, I wasn't going to teach jump kick. I needed the double kick PP, and I don't know if you guys saw, I was running it really low. And there's a lot of times that strength was absolutely necessary over a headbutt.
Yeah. You had also needed to use Nick for coverage because Ghost would have obliterated you otherwise.
Yeah. It came into play a couple of times, and then I just thought Bone Ring.
Yeah, that was the upgrade that was available to you. There was in the end also a drill pack TM that you never.
I did see that. There was actually I was considering wing attack, but the wing attack drill pack wouldn't cover the things that I needed.
So yeah, overall, yeah, it just came down to Prior committing earlier to Flyless, and yeah, it worked out pretty well for that.
Yeah, this was definitely a good seed for it. Just kind of going through. I'm just kind of bummed that I was hoping there would be the squirt bottle so I could cheat back in. Didn't think about.
We did find eventually.
Yeah, we
on
did see
side.
it. We did see it.
Was on Blaine.
Of course. Yeah. No. I kudos to you. I just didn't stand a chance.
But yeah, with this
Congrats
win,
on the next day. Congrats on the next stage, Prior.
Yeah, this makes it 4 in a row actually for Prior. Really, really impressive showing in this tournament so far. And a ticket to the bracket stage, and we'll be playing for a bye in the final round of Swiss. Well, Snowbear will be playing for a 4th win, just ensuring his.
Yeah, like I was hoping I would. I had a feeling that I would just once I got to the 3-0, I would just start going on a losing streak. But I'm still in a good position to get out.
Still in a really good position. Just going 3-0, your tiebreaker score is likely to be enough, even if you finish 3-3. But in
I'd like to, yeah.
3-2 rounds going to be really interesting next week, as the rest of the 3-1 matches will be during this round.
Yeah, I think the strongest thing for me is that going 3-0 and then unfortunately falling down on it. But I've always had the strongest buckle score, so that's gonna be my savior if anything. So yeah, GG.
Yeah, really interesting race. It ended up being very nice routing without a fly. Would be interesting to see how it would compare with kind of an early fly or as early as you could get it. To see if that would be worth it or not. But
I thought this would be my best chance with a late fly, but I didn't think it would be this late. So because I felt like I was clearing things efficiently, but not enough.
Prior was just that tad bit more efficient for most of the most part.
Yeah, I think what really seeked my soul is that I realized I could have gone up Victory Road, but there was no reason for me to do that because it's like I know where fly is, and there was just nothing I could do about that. I think one of the biggest things for me is when I wiped back to the 32 center, I could have done the Waterstone Chamber sooner, and I just didn't.
Yeah, that was actually also a bit a slight point of confusion for us.
Yeah.
Because, that center didn't really feel optimal at that point.
Well, okay. So the thing was that I didn't trust the gator to be able to run away from everything in the water, and I don't know if you saw, but it really was not running away very well.
Yeah, that's fair.
we gotta normalize buying pocket dolls.
I didn't even have the money for that. I overspent on regular repels.
But yeah, I do believe this was the last race for today. There's still more action tomorrow and the day after that, and I mean pretty much every day next week. Tomorrow we have the first 4-0 match, right?
I
think so, yes.
That's Wingage versus Vandio. It's getting close to decide who will end up this Swiss stage undefeated. Will be interesting to see. But in any case, I think we can close it here. It's best of luck to both of our runners in their remaining race in the Swiss stage. Thank you all for watching, and thank you to Railing for joining me here. It was quite an interesting one to see.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely wouldn't have wanted to miss this race. I enjoyed it. So thanks for having me. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, evening, or have a good rest if it's late for you as it is for me. So yeah, see you next race.